Hello, good evening, and welcome to the finish line. This is your hub for all the previews and reviews for all the action in Champs 2021. Thank you very much for joining us. It is a production of the Jamaica Gleaner Communications Group. 2 days of action are completed, 21 finals are done, and 64 left to be completed. 32 events took center stage today, and 5 finals were completed. I'm your host, Simon Preston, and we are joined as usual by our Gleaner analysts, Raymond Casey Graham and Akino Ming. Gentlemen, good evening. Hope you all are doing quite well.
Good evening,
Simon. Good evening, Simon.
I'm okay. Feeling good.
Great. Yes, it's a pleasure to have you both on as usual. As we made mention, 5 finals on today. Let's go right into the first final that we had earlier this morning. The long jump for Class 4 girls. Coach Graham, let me start with you on this one. We saw Wolmer's getting some action in the 70-meter hurdles yesterday. Tiana Marshall with a great performance there. Natrilia Campbell, 4th place in that final, but getting that middle podium finish, the gold medal there for Wolmer's girls, 5.42 meters. Any surprise in the long jump? Over the past couple of years, more the corporate area schools have started to establish their dominance and stamp their authority in this event.
Over the years, you find that the young ladies from the prep schools, they have done well at the prep school level, and they attend the Wolmer's and the Immaculate, and they continue with their fine achievements in the high school. So you find that in Class 4, is that really the rural school dominating, and Wolmer's they have been doing well in Class 4 over the years. Coach Carr has been doing a wonderful job. You look at Johnny Armstrong when she went to Immaculate 2 years ago. I think she nearly break the Class 4 record. So you find that the Class 4 young ladies, when they go to they're from the prep school, and the prep school is very competitive. So when they come into the high school, the Immaculates, the champions, and we saw when Slowly was in Class 4 as champion, she's now in Class 1 doing well. We saw 5 at the Immaculate, they did well. So I think the Class 4 young ladies are holding their own against the rural counterpart because they come from the prep school level. You know, the prep school is like a high school, the Highdale, the Vars, the Peter and Paul, the Mona. So they come up with that same competitive edge. But as soon as they graduate into the higher classes, they seem to get lost because the primary school, at least, they do better in the higher classes. But I think that they have done well in Class 4, and it showed at the championship. We saw women winning the hurdle, we saw women winning the long jump, and they are doing well in the relays. So no surprise there, Simon.
Akino, any surprise for you where that is concerned, as Coach made mention, especially Class 4 and Class 3, which are the corporate area schools sort of making a presence, especially in the field events? Your thoughts?
I think Mr. Raymond Graham was spot on there. You see, in a year like this, when the coaches have gotten a lot of time for the athletes to work on techniques and to strengthen the legs, then obviously athletes who did well in primary or prep school have the tendency to follow in class. It's Class 4, so I mean, I don't make much of it. It's still early. These girls are like 12 years old, so it's a commendable performance, but really good.
Yes, and as it relates to this event in particular, this is Wolmer's first medal in this event since Valicia Brown in 2015, where she copped the silver medal. And just a recap for our viewers as well, Rihanna Chambers of St. Catherine High, she was second with a 5.40 meter jump, and Tony and Allen of Edwin Allen High, 6 points in the bag for her, 5.22. Also, Angel Robinson of Edwin Allen High finishing 4th. Tiandra McCogg of St. Elizabeth Technical in 5th. Casey King of Veer Technical in 6th. Tristan Plummer of Hydel High in 7th. And Dewani Lewis of Merle Grove High, 4.79 meters in 8th position, rounding out the top 8 and the points in that event in particular. Another final that we had, as we mentioned, 4 finals on the girls' side of things and 1 on the boys' side today. So cumulatively, we're talking about 14 finals for the girls and 7 for the boys so far in proceedings. Akino, I'll start with you on this one. The girls' Class 1 shot put with Rossi's Leonie Samuels, 13.21 meters. In Class 2, a couple of years ago, 4th place, she finally gets that podium finish. Your thoughts about the shot put and the growth of this event, especially on the girls' side of things?
Yeah, I mean, Jamaica has been doing well in shot put, in the field events, I mean, not just the shot put. pro in recent vintage. And I'm sure Leonie Samuels would have pulled on some inspiration from the senior athletes who have been garnering medals at the World Championship and Olympic level. So, I mean, it's always beautiful when we see someone stepping up and improving and continue to work hard at their talents. That was good.
Coach Graham, any surprises for you in this event in particular?
Yes, the winner for me was a surprise. I expected Kayla Davis of St. Diego, Edward. She came in as the number one contender here, along with Monifa Edwards of Eden Allen. But if you look on the Rossi's program over the years, they have done well in the throws. Like Petersfield, the Western School, they do well. And I think so Samuels, I've been in touch with the Rossi's coach all along. I didn't add this young lady in a medal contention, but she came today and I think our throwers, the female, were doing so well at the senior level. That Thomas, they are setting the pace. So I think once you go to these championships, nobody tend to concentrate and give support to the field events. But now I think the field events with our senior athletes getting medal at the highest level, our younger athletes trying to emulate them. So no surprise here with the kind of growth in our field events. And as I said, Thomas did well, and this is to show the rural school they are doing well in the field event, especially the throws.
Yes, we certainly have reason to be optimistic for the future. Leonie Samuels overseas 13.21. Kayla Davis Edwards, who Coach Graham made mention about of San Diego, 12.67. Monifa Edwards of Edwin Allen High in third at 12.61. Janelle Gordon of Alpha Academy, 12.37 for fourth position. Denevia Watson of Edwin Allen High in fifth, 11.88. Alia White of Wolmer's Girls in sixth position, 11.74. Chian Ferron of Rossi's High in seventh position, 11.72. And Roxanne Simpson of Clarendon College, 11.55, rounding out the top 8 athletes in this event in particular. We're going to have a look at some footage as well of couple of the races. We will be bringing you that first record of champs for 2021. But before that, gentlemen, we're going to have a look at the girls' class 2 high jump. We have that footage prepared for you as a very, very special mercurial talent out of Edwin Allen High won that event with a jump of 1.73 meters. Let's have that footage from Rashida Samuels out of Edwin Allen High School.
Rashida Samuels there of Edwin Allen winning the Class 2 girls high jump. Very honest, a very candid interview there from Samuels as we take a look at her winning jump, Hubert.
I think the word they use now is real, and here she is. Jumps from the left-hand side of the apron, not a long run-up. Little J curve, inverts the body on the final step, and there's a triumph.
All right, that was Rashida Samuels of Edwin Allen High, 1.73 meters, 9 points for her. Fifth in Class 3 in Champs 2019, finishing ahead of Leica Cunningham of Wolmer's Girls, 1.70 meters. Coach Graham, Samuels of Edwin Allen High, your thoughts about her performance in the field today?
Another upset. And Anisha McDonald from Great Technical, she has only lost at Champs once. She lost to Chante Foreman in Class 3. She won in Class 4. She won 1 year in Class 3. She lost in her first year in Class 3. She won her second year in Class 3. She has been outstanding all season. She was expected to win and get her third gold medal. But with the championship medal of Edwin Allen, they seem to find something extra. So I feel more or less, I think the fight, the spirit, the championship medal of Edwin Allen helped Rashida to overcome the favorite. So and the Edwin Allen program has a very good coach. The same coach that coaches at Kingston College. Jeremy, he coaches the KC guys and he coaches Edwin Allen. So they have a very outstanding coach. So I'm not surprised by the performance of the Edwin Allen jumpers. it is showing. You see the same thing at KC, the same thing at Edna. So I think, as I said, the fight, the spirit, the championship quality of Eden Allen prevail. And you know, the Eden Allen, the Vere, and the Homewood ideal rivalry will cause these athletes to put out their best.
Akino, how key has Michael Dyke been in this program at Edwin Allen High? Because we're seeing the depth not only on the track but in the field as well, amongst all classes from class 1 to class 4 for the girls. How key has Michael Dyke been to this program in Clarendon?
Very important. Michael Dyke is a really great coach, but as Raymond pointed out earlier, it's not only Michael Dyke. Jeremy Dennis deserves some of the credit as well. And that was the thing. I mean, earlier, if you can recall back in 2008, 2009, and even in the early 2010s, Edwin Allen was more of a sprinting program. But now it's an overall team. And I think Mr. Dyke figured that he would have to do that in order to contend with Homewood. And they have done that successfully, and credit to them. I mean, the young lady produced her best jump on the day, and kudos to her.
Yes, that is Rashida Samuels of Edwin Allen High. 1 meter 73 for her. Malika Cunningham of Wilma's Girls, 1 meter 70. Anisha McDonald, who Coach Graham made mention of earlier, very technical, 1 meter 65. Those were the top 3 in this event. McDonald, as we know, was first in class 3 back in 2019. She has to settle for 3rd this time around in class 2. Cunningham of Wilma's Girls was 3rd 2 years ago in class 3. She's 2nd this time around in 2019. And Coach Graham, the same question for you as well, because we know the hard work that Maurice Wilson gave to Homewood Technical, and they had that superb dominance about a decade or so ago. Michael Dyke comes into the picture, and now Edwin Allen are slowly but surely, have been building a fortress for the past couple of years.
I wouldn't say slowly. It has been happening when I was a coach at St. Jago. I used to enjoy the rivalry with Coach Dyke and Maurice Wilson. And as Akino said here, you have to give Coach Dyke credit, but there are people around him. You have the Hurts coach. He used to coach at KC too. And what you do now, when you want to win championship, you alone cannot. And this was the problem Michael Dyke had in his earlier career. He used to try to do everything on his own. I am one person who spoke with him because I went at St. Jago High School for 4 years, and I said to Mr. Dyke, if you want to win championship, you alone, you're the head coach. And Akino can tell you, in America, in the college system, nobody talk about assistant coaches, but they play a great role. It's about head coach. But at the end of the day, everybody gets credit. And I said to Michael Dyke, you have to share. And he's doing that. And that's why he's winning championship. So no one person can do it, but you have to give the head coach credit because he allowed his coaches to come in and play their trade well. So kudos to him and his staff.
Indeed, it certainly has been a well-rounded effort at Frankfield with Edwin Allen High School. The next final that we're going to look at is the event where we had the record, the discus throw for class 2 girls, event number 64, where we saw that record. It's going to be a trivia question one day. Cedrica Williams of Homewood Technical, let's have a look at that footage, analyze that performance, and see how things stack up in terms of the point standings after this.
I think what is impressive is when the coach can make those corrections and it results in a greater performance. And that was what was done by Dwight Jones. Excellent throw, excellent performance by athlete and coach.
What were your coach's instructions to you?
To just go out there and do my best. That's all, the best is good enough.
This is the record-breaking throw, 47.04, the confirmation. Racing their own mark.
7? Is it? Yeah.
They made an adjustment to it using the electronic board.
I'm just so happy that I broke it. I'm just so happy.
So that was Cedrica Williams of Homewood Technical, 47.04. Akino, as she said, she went out there and her aim was to do her best. The record wasn't necessarily on her mind, but she went out, she did her best, and the previous record from Marie Forbes of Vera Technical 3 years ago is now history.
Yeah, and that's a very smart approach because she she would have come into the championship with 51 tools. You know that, I mean, anywhere close to her best would have yielded the gold medal and possibly the record, because I mean she has gone, I mean, much farther than what the previous record was. So I mean, good performance there. I mean, I was expecting a little bit more from her, but I mean, the championship. So.
Coach Graham, didn't you say that a record would be broken in this event?
Perfectly. I said it yesterday. I said I'm looking forward to day 2, and I think Cedrica will become first record. And I'm doing very well so far. My prediction. I've been doing great overall, and I like what is going on. And I said that. And what happened with her? She could have done better. She, in her first attempt, she failed. So she was fearful. She wanted to just ensure that she get the thing, the circle in the spear. I think she has been trained 51 hours season. As Akino said, he expected more, but when you break a record by nearly 1 meter, that's something special. And she said she was nervous, but and she didn't want to let down her. I spoke with her after the event. She had so many fans, and she wanted to do well for her fans and our coach, who expected her to break the record. The coach said he was very nervous. That she waited until the final attempt. The record's a record, and she's one of the talent for the future. I think now she's looking forward to the World Under-20 Championship in Nairobi, Kenya, later down the year.
And coach, don't we have to credit her composure as well, because there was not 1 but 2 foul throws, and then she was able to go for the record. So certainly from her part as well, when yes she was leading, but to go for the record after 2 foul throws, it certainly must speak a lot to the volume of the work that she has been putting in.
True, especially on your final attempt. But once you are leading, you can go for it, because she's better than the field. And that's why I was a bit surprised too that when I keep hearing 43, 40, I mean, when she was close to the record, I was nervous, because I said I wanted her to prove me right, and she did.
Indeed, she certainly did. Cedrica Williams of Homewood Technical, 2018 Class 3 champion, 2019 Class 3 champion, 2021 Class 2 champion. Akino, this must bode well in terms of confidence, and in terms of having this body of work behind her as well. It must breed more confidence as she continues to mature into more and more into an athlete.
Definitely, and we touched on it earlier when we mentioned that Jamaica has been doing well in the field events. Big Davis and Thomas Dodd and those people. And I think that will just give her some confidence to know that she can come up to and produce medal for Jamaica on the global stage.
Very, very impressive performance from Williams of Homewood Technical. 9 points for her. Damali Williams of Edwin Allen High was second, 43.72. She was second in Class 3 also 2 years ago. Brittany Johnson of Camperdown High, who was fifth in Class 3 2 years ago, she finishes third with a throw of 42.32 meters, 6 points in the bag for her. Tafana Wright of San Diego High, she was fourth, 41.28. Abigail Martin of San Diego, so San Diego fourth and fifth here, 41.19. Athelia Price of Clarendon College, 41.04. Shannara Richards, seventh position out of Clarendon College, 40.66, 2 points for them. And Britannia Johnson of Camperdown High, 38.70, rounding out the top 8 competitors in this event in particular. Coach Graham, we've seen a shift, you could say, in terms of the point standings. We saw San Diego leading the way at the end of day 1. Now, the defending champions, Edwin Allen, they have taken control, and are leading by 12 points right now over San Diego High School. Any shocks here, or was expected that at some point that Edwin Allen would be able to come to the front?
No. Based on my projection, I had Edwin Allen leading by, I had them for 112 points. I had them to beat San Diego based on the events and the 4 finals. They had more ammunition than San Diego, so no shot there. And it's all the way low for Edwin Allen. They will not be passed, because tomorrow from the 1500 meters they're gonna step up. So you can call it championship. It is now what, 2 days? You can call it no. I can call both championship now, but when you're ready for the boys, I will tell you what I have to say. But the girls championship, yes, Edwin Allen will not lose. You can call it Edwin Championship on the second day.
What do you think, Akino? You think you're going with Edwin Allen?
I mean, we expected Edwin Allen to surgery today. But especially tomorrow, when we will have the 100 meters and the 1500 meters, as Raymond rightly said. Yeah, we do expect Edwin Landon to pull away, and I don't see Idle or I never had St. Jago to really challenge them at all. I mean, they should pull away easily.
In terms of, and coach, back to you, in terms of which school is the best to actually compete and give Edwin Allen a real, genuine chance in terms of the competition, who is it would be best equipped to go to push Edwin Allen all the way? Is it Heidel like they did in 2019? Is it San Diego? Is it Wolmer's Girls, Homer Technical? Which school do you think can really give Edwin Allen some problems in the next 3 days?
There will be no push now. They San Diego, they have improved in their middle distance, but they do not have the numbers to really push them. It won't be a push for them. As Akino said, tomorrow is the 100 meter. When you have the twins going to score high, they have the 1500 meter where they're going to win in all 3 classes. So there will be no push. It will be a steady, easy ride for Edwin Allen. They will win the championship. Nobody can push them at this stage. They are superior over Idle and San Diego.
Akino,
you agree there?
Yes, I do. I mean, the thing about Edwin Allen is that the team is grounded, whereas Idle will probably put some points in the shorter events. Edwin Allen is a rounded team, scoring in the field events and also scoring in the middle distance races. So they will start there tomorrow. On the boys' side,
the boys' side,
yeah, it would. I mean, some things are happening in the championship that
champs is over for your school and my school. You can call it now.
Yeah, Casey have been having more than what we expected. Some casualties that we couldn't force.
But even without the casualty, they wouldn't have beaten JC. The guy who won the hurdle, and Tajay Francis, did not appear in the final in the east of the
100 meters. Brilliant.
Casey was lucky. Casey just barely qualified for the 4x1
race. For the 4x100 meters.
First day, they were in the 8 fastest qualifier. Casey is on 55 points now. They should have been at least 40 points ahead of Jamaica College. They are only about 20 points. Tomorrow, based on the 1500 meters, Jamaica College will take the lead tomorrow. And you can quote me, Jamaica College will lead by over 25 points tomorrow. And the champ is over. You can call it champs on the second day. Edwin Allen to win the girls, and JC to win the boys. And the points for JC could even go higher based on the problem that JC is having right now.
But the interesting thing about it, though, I mean, I did expect Jamaica College to win, but I wasn't too impressed by the form that I see of the Jamaica College sprinters in the 4x100 and also the 100 meters. I expected them to look better. I mean, I know it's only the prelims, but you can tell from 30 meters. I mean, you're a coach. You can tell from 30 meters.
In class 3, they are weak in class 3 now. But you have to give credit. I look at class 1 and see people like Antonio Watkins, Sachin Dennis. Level from Edwin Allen. These are some tough guys. So the good thing that they have 2 persons in the final. Most of the time, that's the problem. You just need 2. While Casey, you can class 2, 100. Casey only have 1. And that's the problem. So I think
we still have the semifinals to contest.
Right, to go. So
Indeed.
We're in serious trouble. I wouldn't say we're sorry, Casey. I'm not taking a different path.
Yes, quite a compelling day of action coming for day 3. But before we look at the day 3 action and what is to come in terms of finals and other events, let's look at the sole final that we had on the boys' side today, and that was the long jump for class 2 boys there. That was Balvin Israel. We might not have the footage, but we can at least wrap up the performance of that event in particular. San Diego High's Balvin Israel, 7.32 meters. Coach, I'll come with you on this one. Any surprises there? Of course, no points for Kingston College in this event, but Calabar picking up points here through Nathan Wade in 3rd position there. Any surprises?
Casey, yes. Israel has been doing well last season, but Casey was favored to win and at least pick up 4th. Casey has dropped 14 points here, while Jamaica College has picked up 6 points. So this is one of the events that has caused Casey to be in problem. You can't have 14 points and expect to get that back somewhere when you have the 1500 and so. So Jago, you have to give Coach Gale from San Diego credit. He has been doing a wonderful job in the throws and in the jumps. You saw Kavian Carr yesterday. he won the long jump. You saw today this Israel, he came, he was favored to come second, but at least he won. And the KC guys, they dropped out. So you have to give him credit. I think St. Diego is doing very well. In the girls are doing well, and the boys are also doing well with Mr. Gale. His athletes, especially, are doing well at St. Diego High School.
Indeed, this is the first time since 2018 that Kingston College have not finished in the top 3 of the long jump for Class 2 boys. KC's lead has also shrunk from 24 points from day 1 to 15 points today. KC 55 points, St. Jago High 40 points, Calabar 37 points, St. Elizabeth Technical 30 points, Jamaica College also on 30 points, Excelsior 9 points, St. George's College 7, and Edwin Allen also on 7 points. Akino, your thoughts so far on the events on the boys' side of things? Is it as expected? KC leading momentarily. What are your expectations heading into day 3 now of action, where we'll have 16 finals altogether?
Yes, I mean, I do expect Jamaica College to take over. For Kingston College, it's really unfortunate, and I will try to reach out someone from the PC can really find out what is happening. I mean, I understand that there's a pandemic. I mean, the program have been topsy-turvy, and that might have played a factor. But we're seeing a lot of injuries coming out of the case, and some misfortunes as well. But that comes with championships. So it's really an unfortunate year for purpose.
And Simon, I heard one of the KC, somebody in the management group, they are blaming the what do you call it, the mask. But is that KC alone wearing mask? All the other people are wearing masks. You say the mask is causing us all these injuries, but I don't think it's KC. KC having the most injuries, right? But it's not KC alone wearing the mask. So it's very unfortunate. I just said in long jump, this is KC bread and butter. And Jeremy Delissa is one of the best long jump coach. You saw KC record, you saw the Pinnock and the McLeod, and so KC has never failed to get points in the. This is the first time I think KC failed to get points in Class C long jump, and this event has helped direct our chance of winning the championship.
So we have
that's the thing that we expected coming into this championship. As I mentioned yesterday, is that some coaches will get it right and some will just get it horribly wrong, because I mean it's not an even playing field. I mean, to get the guys and the girls motivated for a championship is really difficult, and we're seeing that being played out at the national stage right now.
Indeed, we certainly are. 35 events on Thursdays, day 3 action, 16 finals, 9 on the boys' side, 7 on the girls' side. Aquino, we have the 1500 meters across all classes, the Class 3 boys high jump, Class 1 boys discus throw, Class 2 boys shot put, and also the blue ribbon event, the 100-meter finals across all classes. Which event are you looking forward to the most heading into day 3?
Well, I mean, naturally the 100 meters. Obviously, that's a blue ribbon event for track and in particularly the Class 100 meter, it seems is like a showdown between Antonio Watson and Sachin Dennis. Antonio Watson is new to the event. He ran 10.3 last season. Sachin Dennis obviously have won in Class 2 and record there. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing the 100 meters and that showdown between Dennis and Antonio Watson.
Coach Graham, I give you the last word. You made a prediction on girls champs, boys champs. What about the 100 meters? Watson or Dennis?
I'm looking forward to the Class 1 boys 100 meter. This is hard to call, but I like Antonio Watson as a quarterman. What happened? I like his personality, and he want to prove that I think he stepped to the 100. I want to prove that he's the best in the island. But the young guy from Ednalin, level, he ran 10.73 in a -4, and he looked so easy. The way he destroyed the opponent, it's crazy. So this is gonna be one of the most competitive. But I give Antonio Watson, Bowaji from KC look good too. He look good, yes. and everything's on his shoulder because KC is dropping. So you want to come and the brave may fall and never heal. You want to come at least show that KC is still alive. But I like this race. I'm glad to see Sachin Dennis. The first time I've seen him in years. But I like and Tony Watson to win.
All right. Coach Graham, Akino, Ming, thank you very much as usual for your insights in recapping day 2 action and previewing into day 3 action. And to all our viewers, thank you very much for watching this Jamaica Gleaner Communications Group production. We really, really appreciate it. Join us again tomorrow, Thursday at 6 p.m. Jamaica time, as we recap day 3 action and look ahead to Friday's penultimate day of the championship. On behalf of myself, Simon Preston, our analyst, the entire production team, pleasant viewing.